Right, it is the 15th November 2016 and this is week 2, the week 2 check-in for NaNoWriMo, National Novel Writing Month. Explanation in the previous video, if you didn't see that one. So, yeah, it's now been 2 solid weeks of writing, and I'm all over the place. I feel like I'm in Stranger Things because the world is just upside down, and my sleeping pattern has gone to shit, and I don't know whether I'm coming or going. And I think I referenced that in some of the Instagram posts. I'll try and get that right, and I'll leave that one in for free. So we're referring once again to my Instagram kind of screenshots every day, which I love doing because I mean already I'm seeing how you know, because it doesn't feel like I've been doing it for as long as I have, 2 weeks, and yet it's all there on Instagram, and obviously it's all there on the computer. But you know, just seeing kind of a daily check-in, it gives you kind of a, I don't know, a little bit of a literal image of the progress that you're making in a very short kind of, you know, I mean, just seeing all of the little frames and things like that. I'm unable to make too much sense, so you'll have to forgive me. So let's try and find the day 8 one, and we'll kind of run through it, and then at the end I'll just talk about what I've been doing over the past week. So day 8, 2,667 words, when a pretty monumental shift in the story exploded in a way that surprised me. The home stretch looms. Yes, I've already forgotten what that monumental shift in the story was. Oh no, I do remember now, yes. Yeah, it ended up going in a place I wasn't really expecting it to go. And like the brain work. There's a very big kind of moment in the book, and I had no idea when it was going to happen, how it was going to materialize, and it just kind of happened, and I really liked how it just kind of happened. And all I'll say is that my main character comes to a revelation standing next to a bin. Just happened that way, and I kind of liked that it happened that way. Day 9, 1,939 words. I'm looking forward to writing something a little lighter next, and I'm about as confused as my main character. Yeah, just a lot of heavy drama in the book, a lot of inner turmoil that I'm describing in great detail, to the point where I feel like I'm overdoing it, which I really wouldn't want to do, but we'll see. Day 10, 1,735 words, a very tough writing day. Took everything I had to edge past 1,667. Yes, there have been a few tough days. Day number 11, 1,819 words. This is the only configuration of the screenshot that doesn't make this scene seem like a seedy sexual encounter without context. But yeah, the writing is still going. Yeah, I usually just take a screenshot of a part of what I've written that day that isn't too spoilerific, you know, just in case someone looks at it and kind of gets a big plot point. But this was about as much as I could show without it sounding like my main character was having some sort of weird rendezvous with a male prostitute. I mean, that's how it came across. It's not what is happening whatsoever. But the screenshot was just that looked weird. Moved it around. That looks weird too. Day 12, 1,671 words, the closest I've ever cut it to the 1,667 daily word goal ever. Must keep going. Yeah, I literally was just like, let me get to 1,667. Let me just get to it, and then as soon as I got to it, done, finished. You know, sometimes I'll get to the kind of around the daily word goal, and then I'll feel like, okay, I'm done. You know, and I'll finish, or I'll feel like, oh, I'm in the zone here, I'm in the groove, so let's just keep moving forward, and I keep moving forward. But yeah, day 12, I was just like, done, finished, see it, checking out. Day 13, 1,984 words. This is so completely and utterly destroying my sleeping pattern. Am I even awake right now? Yes. And then day 14, I haven't got a post up for yet, but I believe, in fact, I got the word count right here on the laptop. Let's get it up. It is 2,289 words, and I really want to talk about this tonight, or you know, early hours of yesterday. I was up late and I finished my kind of section, and it was interesting because I ended it on a point where my main character, Aira, she had kind of been looking for something. Again, not to go into the plot or anything, but the whole book has been leading to this point, right? We're really out at the home stretch now, and finally she gets a breakthrough. Finally she gets to a point where she realizes that she's about to get to that point where things will meet their conclusion for the thing that she's going through in her life in the book. Am I making sense? I don't know, but you know, I ended writing yesterday with her being like, wow, this is happening, this I'm gonna find out, you know, I'm gonna get to this point. And it was exactly how I felt, and I got a little bit emotional, and I say a little bit emotional, you know, I wasn't tearing up or anything, just I just paused for a good 10, 15, 20 seconds, and I just thought, this book is nearly done. This book is nearly done. Crazy, just crazy. I think this time next week I will have finished the book, maybe even sooner. But the next writing session today is going to be huge, because it's a scene that I have been wanting to write. It's a scene I've been wanting to get to for 14 months. It's a scene that I've thought about and pictured and ran through in my head a 1,000 times, it feels like, and now I finally get to write it. And it's both terrifying, you know, I don't want to screw it up. And of course I'm going to be going back and editing this, you know, over the next year or so, maybe even longer. So, you know, I don't need to get it perfect, but I feel like I need to nail it, you know, when I get to it, because there's pressure on myself. The book will live or die by this scene that I'm about to write later on today. So, a little bit of pressure there. And yeah, I just feel all over the place. My hair's a mess, so I need to shave. And yeah, so that's the check-in for week 2 of NaNoWriMo. Going well. We're at the halfway point now, and I think that once I finish the book, I'll probably keep on writing every day and kind of maybe do a short story, do something. I really want to hit 50k, I really want to keep writing, and maybe it'll be nice to just kind of get off the book for a bit and write something different. I don't know. Anyway, it's been a good week. I had a great weekend on Saturday. Celebrated my 7-year anniversary with Connie. We went out, had a hellacious cheat day. Went to TGI Fridays. She got her baby back ribs. Maybe that is what she got. I'm thinking of Austin Powers, you know. I want my baby back ribs. And I'm thinking, is that even a thing? Anyway, she had ribs, barbecue ribs. She likes them, and she had those and enjoyed them very much. And I had a burger with some bacon. It was a Jack Daniel's burger, and some fries with no cheese. So of course they delivered it with cheese, and then kind of looked at me as if to say, well, what do you want us to do about it? You know, and I hate that when you ask for something specifically and the person serving you says, yep, without cheese, and then they give you cheese, and then you say, well, I said I didn't want cheese, and then they look at you like you're the problem, and I hate shit like that. But it was all good in the end, and we got free dessert as well, which was great, this whiskey cake which we shared. And then we went to see Doctor Strange in the cinema, which was fantastic. Really enjoyed it. Just typical Marvel, you know, fun, really cool. You know, not the best thing in the world, but it was a lot of fun. I had some hot tamales, some of my favourite sweets, a bottle of Dr. Pepper. Went all out on the cheat day. We'd been looking forward to it for months, that we would pretty much just do whatever we wanted, food-wise and drink-wise, on our anniversary. So definitely feeling the effects of that now. And then Sunday, we just relaxed, watched a couple of TV shows, and we watched Princess Mononoke, which was amazing to watch again. It's just an incredible film, and interestingly enough, me and Connie had watched it, I think, like the second time we ever met up. She came over to visit me in Wales, and I said, bring some anime films, I'd like to see some. So she brought one on DVD that wasn't hers. It was just one that a friend had lent her, and it was called Princess Mononoke, and it was the first Hayao Miyazaki film I'd ever seen, kind of. And it was the night that she was leaving. We were both like upset, you know, because we were in a long distance relationship at the time. And so we'd been out at my dad's. I'm going way into this tangent. We'd been out at my dad's, had dinner there, and I drank some red wine. It went straight to my head, and so I was a bit drunk, and it was like 2 o'clock in the morning, and we watched this 2-hour anime film, and it was enjoyable, but I just couldn't really take it in. And similarly, Connie, when we watched it on Sunday, she was like, I don't remember any of this. So it was like a completely new movie to her, Princess Mononoke, and she really enjoyed it, and I just think it's incredible. Loved it. And then funnily enough, the day after, news broke across the internet that Hayao Miyazaki might make another film. He's retired about 5 or 6 times and made a big deal out of retiring 3 years ago with The Wind Rises, but he's frustrated with a short film he's working on, so he wants to expand it into a feature film. Apparently it might be CGI though, so I don't know what that's going to be like, but yeah, that really exciting to hear that, and it was so interesting because I love his films. I don't watch them all the time though, and so like on the rare occasion that I sit down and watch one of his films, and I go to bed with my head swimming with all things Miyazaki, and I wake up the next morning and I've got 3 messages on Twitter, I've got messages on Facebook, people saying, "Have you seen the news, Luke? This Hayao Miyazaki's going to make another film." It's like, holy shit, that was interesting timing. And so yeah, I don't know. He says that it might not be done for like 5 years or something, or 4 years. So who knows? But I wanted to touch on that in some kind of video, so I thought I'd leave that there. And so yeah, it's been a very nice weekend with Connie, and getting the writing in as well. I mean, it takes a toll. It really does, the writing, because you really need to commit to it, but also I find it incredibly difficult to write with any kind of distractions around me, and so that's why my sleeping pattern is getting absolutely annihilated, because I tend to be writing in the early hours of the morning when the cat is sleeping, when Connie is sleeping, and there's no movement around, there's no it's just tough. It really is. I can't just sit down and just chip away at it like it's a bit of video editing, which is a bit more clinical and straightforward, A to B. Writing, you have to get into the mindset of it, and so there have been countless hours this past 2 weeks where I've just been sat here writing nothing because I just can't get into the zone. And once I get into the zone, it starts to just really flow until I kind of fizzle out and stuff. But it's taxing. It really is. But I'm getting there. So there we go. That has been the week 2 check-in vlog for NaNoWriMo, and who knows, maybe next week I'll be talking to you about how I feel about having finished it. Maybe not. I don't know. We'll see what happens. I'll see where it takes me. It's not completely set in stone exactly how many words I'm going to write to get to the end. This big scene that I'm going to be starting today could take a week to write. I don't know. I hope not. Yeah, I'm losing gas rapidly, so I will say goodbye, and I'll see you in the next video.
I am called King Computer.